the baby's got.
Sorry, I can't help it. She's one.
Why do you have kids? What the fuck?
Why do you have a kid?
Why can't you dump them off with a relative like JP does?
Yeah, dude.
Because I usually do every day, but it's nice to actually give them a day off.
That's the first sign of love is, you trying to get rid of the kid at 7 o'clock every morning. So.
Here's my baby.
All right. We're good. She's crawling towards the bedroom.
Let's get to business. Cool. What's up? This is JP with MnV Gaming. This is our first inaugural podcast, and on the panel today we have. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
You're gonna know me from the website. It's bwhite8851. Don't ask me how the hell I ever came up with that, but for the sake of this, I'm just gonna go by my name of Brad.
What's up, Brad?
All right, you probably know me by Royal Hypersniper.
Word.
I go by Wynn, mostly. I don't respond to my first name really anymore, which is Ryan, but yeah, Wynn.
So we got Brad, Wynn, and myself, JP. Everybody knows me as WhopStomp. I'm pretty much the main contributor, and look, there are other people on the website, so this is very cool. I'm glad that we're actually getting down to doing this, and the topic of today, to remain at least somewhat relevant, is going to be E3, because fuck, we haven't talked about it yet. So, fucking E3 2018. Holy shit. Just
gets more ridiculous every year.
Yeah, overall impressions.
Yes, it does.
I mean, overall, kind of a letdown, I would say. There wasn't...
I mean, it's not the same that it used to be, like 10 years ago, because they just fucking, excuse my language, but they stream everything all the time, so it's a little different now, opposed to like when we were growing up and you see the shit in magazines, gaming magazines, that just looked amazing and crazy.
Yeah, I want to say the information age has kind of taken out the grandiose scale of E3, because I remember E3 was kind of like this mythical unicorn that we'd always talk about going out to California and fucking seeing and shit. And now, honestly, I don't think I'd still like to experience that, but I'd probably would rather just watch the streams the way I've been doing it the past couple of years from the comfort of my own home.
I'd rather go to like one of the PAX things that they do versus E3 anyway.
Yeah.
That's the way that it is now.
Yeah, I'd be alright with that too. But
that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, I think being adults, I'm probably right there with you. So, the main thing overall. Holy shit! What is that banging in the background? The kid.
Oh, is there banging in the background? It's. I apologize. I got kids, man. It's just. Kenzie likes to.
So some of these
really
podcasts you all are going to hear, there's going to be some family shenanigans that occur just due to the fact that it happens to be that all of our wives are out and we're home, and the two of them have babies. If you hear a dog barking, that's me.
I got a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old, so it's going to get a little crazy over here. So
yeah, I've got a soon-to-be 2-year-old and a needy dog and cat. So just bear with us, people.
Baby free, which is amazing.
So right now.
I got her to shut her door.
No, you're all right, dude. You're fine. I'm giving you shit.
Oh man.
Yes,
me,
this is
I know,
how I
dude.
envisioned the first one to go.
Yeah, Anna Rose was up last night pretty much every couple of hours. So, and I kept telling the wife, it's too fucking hot up here. We need to turn on the air.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw this one out there. You ready?
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear everybody crap on it. Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Don't give a shit.
No, it's Black Ops 3.
It's
the
4.
new one is Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4.
4. Okay, I'm reading my notes wrong, and
no,
so
because
many stupid eyes.
and I agree because what they didn't even talk about Black Ops 4. What they talked about if you're talking about the Sony press conference. Well, no, if you're talking about what Sony talked about, like Sony had like a little plug.
Can I read my notes?
Sony had a little plug.
I can't even read my fucking notes.
They had a plug. It was a plug, a butt plug, and they didn't even talk about Black Ops 4, man. They just talked about these new maps that were coming to Black Ops 3, like they remade old maps or some shit. That's what it was.
Really?
Like I said, I meant to say 4 evidently, but I'm just reading all the stupid I's because instead of using the number 4, they went with the Roman numerals, and I'm
yeah,
that's stupid.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't
I
wait
have
to
mixed
see
reviews
it fail.
about it.
Yeah.
It might save the whole Call of Duty franchise because lately it's been complete horseshit. But I don't know.
like the story though.
But they're.
So I'm like, oh,
I
no
think that's the
storyline. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what the whole fucking deal is. They're like not even doing a story. They're just completely focusing on multiplayer. So I don't know.
They're doing the whole battle royale thing. Is a lot of it. They're trying to compete with Fortnite and PUBG. There's the battle royale.
Chicken dinner.
I guess game mode has just exploded.
Yeah.
Well, I think that this is going to be an awesome segue. You ready for this? So I think Black Ops is, their obscurity with their plug during the Sony conference was basically an overall summarization of the Sony press conference in general because it was fucking awful, like abysmal. It was bad. It was
the
really
only
bad.
thing I really liked from Sony was announcing The Last of Us 2 because the first one was absolutely amazing.
Let me be clear. Their games, once they got into the games, their games were, they were pretty decent. I gave them a B minus.
Their
overall.
presentation sucked.
Their presentation was fucking just stupid. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but from what you said, JP, about the whole banjo playing and then...
Oh my god.
I mean,
I honestly don't think they were expecting it to take as long when they were shuffling people around, moving them from one to the other. I think that's where a lot of the problem was during that one, because I caught bits and pieces of it when they were streaming it, and it was epically slow when they were trying to move the crowd.
Dude, yeah.
Like, they didn't plan for that, and because of that, and clearly people weren't in a rush, because they probably were like, why the hell are we moving all over the place?
To me, it just
I give them credit for trying something different, but it just,
It screamed pretentious to me. It was...
No. They tried to go for a boutique experience. There we go.
Yeah, pretentious again. Yeah.
Ooh, we are
like we're
Sony, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. We're Sony. Look what we can do. Like, really, you running out this old fucking church and let a dude play banjo for 10 fucking minutes just so you could, segue into The Last of Us 2, which looked fucking phenomenal, by the way. I don't think you needed a banjo player to upsell the fucking game. I mean, am I wrong here? It's just, and they did that twice.
I mean, Microsoft didn't need to do anything for any of their stuff for that, and Microsoft had a great E3, in my opinion.
They did it for two games that they really didn't need to, intro. I get it. They did it, last year with God of War, or maybe it was a couple of years ago, and they had, this fucking orchestra and this, choir and shit, and I was just like, the fuck is this? But then they premiered God of War, the new God of War, which looked phenomenal. But, this year, they did this banjo player for Last of Us 2, they did the fucking bamboo flute playing dude for Ghost of Tsushima. Am I pronouncing that right? My Japanese.
Yeah, I don't probably.
But again, Last of Us 2 doesn't need an introduction. It looked fucking awesome. Ghost of Tsushima looked fucking awesome. I want a fucking PlayStation 4. Sony, you don't need to upsell your shit. And now you're just coming off as fucking pretentious, kind of like the way Apple uses our brand.
Yeah. I mean, for The Last of Us 2, all you had to do was have the girl start talking. I mean, everyone would have known the game right away.
What is Brad doing? Are you playing the banjo back there?
I am playing the banjo back there.
Okay. I think we've talked about...
It's a hobby you guys didn't know I had, huh?
I think we talked about Sony enough. But anyway, Sony B minus. I'll just run through this real quick and we'll get into the games. Bethesda, I gave him an A minus, just because they talked about Rage and Fallout 76, which looks cool. But that's really all they had that interested me. And then they announced, Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. Which is great that they announced it, that they're working on it, but no big deal.
Fallout 76.
Yeah, Fallout 76.
That's the big question there, since that's going to be the first thing that's coming out from them.
Yeah. That's the next thing, November 14th, man. That's right around the corner. So,
I'm still very skeptical, despite all the things that have been kind of put to rest. I'm still,
Yeah, we'll cover that here in a minute. The EA and Ubisoft press conferences were, for the most part, kind of throwaways. In my opinion, they had a couple of games that were worth noting, and we'll get into that. But EA, I gave them a C-. Basically, EA, if you can't fill up an hour and a half of fucking show, then don't fucking try. Ubisoft, stop starting with Just Dance, man. I'm so fucking tired of seeing the Just Dance little...
Just Dance!
Oh, my God. This fucking dancing panda that went on for 7 fucking minutes, like...
Come on, you never wanted to be a dancing panda?
No, I did not. I still don't. And then, Ubisoft, what the fuck? No Splinter Cell this year, again. Which I'm severely disappointed in.
Yeah, it's a huge letdown. It really is.
Huge letdown, yeah. And then, finally, Microsoft, who I think by far had the best conference. And that's not me being biased. I gave Sony the win the last couple of years.
They clearly won E3 this year.
But
it was
Microsoft, they had the largest live audience. They had 50 games that they showed off. 18 were exclusive titles, and 15 were world premieres. So, I mean, that's pretty big. I gave them a B+.
Yeah. They also, I believe they bought 5 different...
5 studios?
Studios.
Yeah.
Studios, yes. Thank you. Which is huge.
Yeah.
For the exclusive portion of Microsoft. So.
And me and Brad were talking about this when I think you were taking a shit, and then Brad left to take a shit, and then I left to take a shit. Anyway, we were talking about the 5 studios. The one that they didn't really mention that Phil Spencer kind of hinted about, but they didn't solidify it. The last one was CD Projekt Red, which is the creators of The Witcher. So they are fully.
And it's the new Cyberpunk 2077
exactly.
game.
Yeah. So I don't know if that means
I think going to be the next big thing.
I don't know if that means that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be an Xbox exclusive, but if so, that's fucking huge. That is fucking huge.
It is.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I don't know if you know this either. I don't know if they announced it at E3 or not. I didn't watch a whole lot of it. But Microsoft did a lot of behind-the-scenes work and funding for Bluehole, which is the company that produced PUBG. Mm-hmm. So they're going to see a lot more of updates pumping out for Xbox rather than them staying so far behind of PC. I think they're going to try to catch it up real quick with PC, and I think they're going to push back them putting it out there for PlayStation 4 because of that. So
that should be interesting.
Yeah. What else is interesting is that there's rumors, of course these are just rumors, but next-gen consoles, that's what they're talking about, might be announced next year at E3. And by next-gen... So I want to say, the PlayStation 4 came out in 2012, Xbox came out shortly after in 2013. So, we're right at that 5-year mark. Last generation console lasted about 8 years. So we're right there. If they announce it, they have at least a couple more years of production and, fine-tuning before they release them. But next-gen consoles, man, hopefully, maybe. I don't even want to say hopefully. I'm fucking tired of buying these things.
I am too. And honestly, too, just the Xbox One X compared to the OG Xbox One is amazing.
Yeah.
Visually, it's astounding. I could not believe the difference in just the graphics. Not to mention all the load times for everything.
Wynn and myself,
there's less lag on multiplayer. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing.
Wynn and myself, we both bought Xbox One X's this last week, and I don't have a 4K TV, but I've definitely noticed games running a lot quicker, loading faster and stuff, so hopefully I'll get a 4K TV.
I have a 4K TV, and it's absolutely amazing. So if you don't have one, it still looks absolutely amazing on a 1080p with 120 hertz if your TV can push out that. It looks great on that still.
I will say...
I just have the original Xbox.
I will say
I'm being
that...
slowly left behind by everybody else.
Yeah, pick up. You got to catch up, Brad.
Slow and old, just like me.
I will say that the games, I mean, the picture looks crisper, less jaggies on the edges and stuff. That's what I call them, But yeah, I can't. I'm not really getting the most out of it with my 1080p fucking 60 hertz fucking TV. So, but
It's okay.
I'll be changing that soon. I already told the wife. I was like, hey, I'm getting a 4K TV. So go fuck yourself. All right. So
That's one way of conveying it.
yeah, it was a fun conversation. If you can imagine. So,
oh man,
let's talk about the games, man. E3. Brad, what's a game that stood out to you?
Well, if we're going to do that, lesser. I mean, everybody knows Unravel, the first one. I mean, EA hyped it. It looked like an indie game when it first came out. If I remember correctly, EA wasn't. They just published it. I forget what studio did or whatever. But Unravel 2, which is coming out, or it should be out now actually. Looked great. It launched, I think, a couple of days before the E3 showcase. But I enjoyed the first one a lot. The gameplay was great. The graphics for that kind of a game. I mean, it's you're old. For those who've never played the first one or don't know anything about the second one, it's more along the lines. It's a platformer. It's not any kind of open world thing, and you basically play as a piece of yarn.
Yarn,
that's
yeah.
alive, and you only have so much yarn in order to get from one end to the other. And as you're walking across, you basically, as the game hints, you start unraveling. So if you get caught on things, if you use too much for whatever, you slowly run out of your yarn.
Nice.
So, I don't know. To me, that's cool. I haven't picked it up yet. I want to, usually, because those of you that know me, I'm not a frugal individual, but I hate paying full price for games unless it's something that I'm absolutely just cannot wait for, looking forward to, or if these two other idiots with us here are getting it right away, like PUBG, we're like, we're gonna play it. I don't care if it's got to be like wait till $20 off. I'll pay the $60. But a game like this is something I'm gonna wait till it comes down a little bit, or if I have surprise money that I can spend that my wife lets me, then we'll probably wind up doing that. But that one stood out to me a lot. I've always thought the graphics were beautiful for it.
Yeah, we are far gone from the days of us standing in line late at night to go pick up the brand new game on release. So I don't even go to
midnight.
Yeah, dude, I don't even go to GameStop anymore. I just download shit. So which sucks when the internet goes out.
You were there this week.
To buy an Xbox, I can't download an Xbox One X, dude.
You can buy it online.
Yeah, but then you have to wait for it to ship.
Yeah, dude, I wanted it that day.
I'm just saying.
So Unravel 2,
it took you 2 days to find all the stuff for your TV.
Man, when your whole life is in fucking boxes, dude, believe me, I didn't want to do that. I was sweating bullets. I don't know if you saw the picture. That was me covered in sweat when I found the base to my TV. I was so fucking ecstatic. So,
dude, you sent me a shower picture. I don't know what you're talking about.
Fuck you.
Oh my god, what's that on the shower floor?
So, Wynn, what about a game that caught your eye, man?
Oh man, Anthem stood out, but it stood out on the fact that I don't think it's gonna be good. It's all hyped up, but to me it looks like Destiny 3 essentially.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not excited.
Maybe it'll be good,
if
but
everybody
it just
remembers
doesn't look good.
The last Mass Effect game that BioWare did, it wasn't good at all.
No, it was not. So
that's why I'm like, ugh.
I didn't even buy it. I had so many people telling me, dude, it's worth it. If you like Mass Effect, it's like, well, no. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I bought it
Mass
when it was
Effect,
doing so bad that they had it on sale for $15 on the Microsoft Store.
Holy shit!
Like,
See, I would have bought it
for $15.
I would have bought it for $15.
Another one that
5 hours.
Another one that stood out is the very brief reveal
Well,
trailer for Halo Infinite.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that. But let's talk about Anthem still. Hold on, we got time to kill, brother.
You got. Oh, okay.
So you said you're not on board with it. Yeah, and let's just point this out. This is our inaugural podcast, so our structure's kind of flimsy. But
Very.
We're gonna sit here and we're gonna simmer on some of these topics, man, because we got time to kill. We got time to fill up. So Anthem, you're not excited about, and you think it's gonna be like Destiny. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's going to be bad. I'm just not sold that it's going to be great. I mean, yeah, I'm right there with you. It pretty much is Destiny. You got the Titan class, exosuit. You got the Hunter class exosuit. You got the Warlock class exosuit, and then you got an extra one that, oh cool, they got a Warrior class, something that Destiny hasn't done yet. But they did give a little bit of nuggets of info during their little panel at their EA's press conference, which this rounded up the EA press conference, and they put like 15 minutes, had like a 3-person panel. And they were saying, there's not going to be any loot boxes. Well, excuse me, there's not going to be any pay-to-win loot boxes. All loot boxes are going to be, cosmetic items that you'll know that what you're getting. And as far as customization, you can change the paint schemes and geometry of the exosuits, which I thought was kind of cool. But, again, not a game-selling notion. Like, that should be basic by now at this point. So
you would think.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it has the potential, like, 'cause we all played Destiny when it first came out. And we all played it for a while.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it when it came out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then we got bored of it, and then DLC stuff came out, and we all kind of came back to it to check it out, but didn't stay along with it. And then we kind of followed the same pattern, and this is all tying into Anthem. Okay, so let's just letting everybody know we're not going off topic.
Right.
And this kind of the same thing happened, and we all bought the Division. And what I mean, we all, so everybody understands. I'm not talking about.
Jesus. I spent like $100 some odd on the.
Gold. Yeah, the three of us, we all spent. We bought the
Jesus.
Division right away because we're like, this is going to be amazing. The way that they were hyping it for like 2 years out and stuff like that, and the way that it looked. And honestly, even though it was a different thing, Destiny and Division 2 are completely two different games, universes, genres, what else? It was the same thing, and we realized it so quickly. We're like, okay, this sucks. Like,
yeah,
like, this is literally Destiny, but modern day apocalyptic America. And I think it's honestly going to be the same way with Anthem. It's going to have too many of the same elements that don't make it different and stand out from everything else that is out there on the market. And for some people, it's going to be a niche thing, and they're going to love it, and they're going to play the heck out of it. But I think for the majority of people, unless, however they do this, however they can make it stand out from what has been previously put out, it's probably going to do great the first couple of months, and then you're going to see people on the servers tank.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, and that's kind of the issue I feel with most of these kind of MMO-type games that they're trying to release on console is, they're so quick to push this game out the door and, like, just get it out there in the open that they don't fill it up with enough content to keep people playing. That's what's happening with Sea of Thieves. That's what happened with Destiny and Destiny 2. That's what happened with Division. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen with Division 2 as well. So I'm personally, I'm just not so quick to hop onto this, to hop onto this game. It's definitely not a day one buy for me. I will admit that I am slightly interested in it. It looks like it has potential, just like you said, Brad. But I'm gonna wait till the first round of reviews come out for the game before I even think about buying it, especially at full price. So,
yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
Sorry, I was kind of silent there. I was being dead for a second.
I heard your baby. I heard her.
Yeah, I went on mute.
Halo Infinite looks like it's going to be another shooting kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean,
go ahead, Wynn.
The story for Halo 5 was good, but it was also very different and weird for me. Like, I enjoyed it, but it was just, I guess, not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
With Chief kind of being on the run to an extent. I didn't care for the multiplayer in that game.
I love the multiplayer.
I don't know.
Shit.
I mean, it was fun, but I'm like an old school Halo 2 fan. I loved, the SWAT gameplay and just the maps from Halo 2 in general.
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's just me. I'm getting old now, so I mean, I remember waiting for Halo 2 to come out, and it was just, I mean, It was a disappointment when I got it because, I mean, most of these E3 trailers, they show bits of gameplay that actually never makes the final cut.
Never makes the final cut. Yeah, they cut it out. Oh.
Yeah, it's really sad because you get hyped and you can't wait to see that, and then it never is in the game. And
yeah,
I mean, it's no different than movie trailers showing like all the funny parts in the trailer itself, and you go and see the movie, and you're like, oh, I could have just not saw this movie.
Shut that baby up!
Everything's funny in the trailer. She's excited, baby. She's won. She does what she wants.
I will say what was interesting.
Cereal and drinking Kool-Aid.
My baby likes Cheerios. I will say what was caught my eye and what I found afterwards. They didn't really announce it during it, but the trailer that they showed, the announcement trailer, that's a brand new engine that Bungie, or not Bungie, Jesus, wow, we are far away from Bungie.
343?
Yeah, 343.
Believe me, I did the same thing.
So yeah, they built this entire new engine for this game. So I think that's kind of cool. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that and how gameplay looks. And if I'm not mistaken, all that you saw was in game during that trailer.
Yeah.
So that was, and it looks fucking gorgeous.
That's what they're saying.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they are saying. Jeez.
A year or so later in production. Yeah.
There could be a bunch of asterisks on the end of that, but we just couldn't see because they said it.
Right. That's what I was saying. A year or so later into production, some of those graphics could tank. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I am excited for it. Being a Halo fan, Wynn, I totally agree. The last game. I mean, honestly, I liked the multiplayer, but it seemed like they were trying to do a lot with it. Like they changed it up a lot.
They had so many different modes, and
yeah,
it didn't feel like a Halo. It
kind of
like something else.
It stretched the player base too, because I mean, I tried playing it not too long ago, and it's hard to find fucking games now. But we'll see.
It's just I don't know.
We will see.
Yeah, I mean. Still wouldn't mind getting my hands on it. It probably won't be a day one buy for me, but I still want to see it. So, let's see. We talked about.
You said you were JP. You had mentioned in some of your notes that I saw. You were kind of on the fence about the Crew 2.
Yeah.
Being as I played the crap out of the first Crew, and it was a fun game. I mean, when you had people to play with, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie. But they're adding, air vehicles this time, like airplanes and helicopters, I think is what it's doing. And then also, like, boats and shit.
Yeah.
So they're kind of encompassing everything in this new one.
I'll tell you what, man. It looks like, I feel like the first game, all they had that was their selling point was like, oh, you can drive across, America and stuff. Like, they had this huge open map, but I just remember hearing, there's not a whole lot to do in the map. I mean, don't get me wrong, driving games you can only do so much with a driving game. It's the varying amount of content and game modes and stuff that the developers include that kind of keeps the game going. But I don't know. We'll see about Crew 2. The driving game that really stood out to me was Forza Horizon 4. I don't know. I've played a couple Forzas. It's been a few years since I've played one, but every now and then I just like a driving game just to kind of turn off and just unwind. But Forza Horizon 4 looked absolutely gorgeous. They have this. It's set in Europe, in England actually. So you get to drive through like England countryside and all kinds of shit. And then they showcased their season engine, which, by the way, it's this massive online, map that people play. You can drop in and drop out with friends. And what's going to happen is, if you were to join your friend's game, you're not going to go from like driving in the middle of the night to driving in the middle of the day. All the servers are going to be synced to be on the same time and seasonal scale, which I thought was kind of cool.
That should be good. I've never been into the Horizon end of it. I've always just I don't know, it's just me. The straight original Forza stuff. I played the first one, and it was okay, but it never really
we all
had
played,
me hooked.
was it Forza 4?
I think that was the last one that we all played.
Back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I mean
because we did the test track.
Yeah, the test track. We did that for like hours. Yeah.
Oh yeah, hours on end.
Or drag races, and you guys would just get fucking pissed off at me.
But I thought Forza looked pretty cool. Again, none of these are day. I should just caveat this. Probably none of these are day one buy. Maybe a couple here and there. But you know, I'm just like you said, Brad. I'm not very frugal with my money anymore. I'm kind of.
Yeah. As far as day one buys for Xbox go, I see Fallout 76 and
maybe
the Cyberpunk 2077.
All right, well let's dive into that fucking box right there, Fallout 76, man, because there's a lot of buzz about this fucking game right now. There's a lot of gripes and complaints and concerns, and yeah, let's dive into it because this could take a minute. So. Brad.
A minute? I have all sorts of concerns for this. Just because, I don't know, there are all types of different players out there, and I know we all talked about this before. We were even coming up with any kind of notes for it. Despite the documentary that's... document. Am I even talking right today? I don't even know. Documentary. There we go. That's documentary. That's that no clip made for the making of Fallout 76, and a lot of these other videos that anybody that's watches. Well, I wouldn't even say watches a lot of YouTube, but has seen on YouTube. With more updates and information about it. The thing that I don't like is the fact that they're force feeding online only. For this. To me, the direction that they should have gone, and if they wanted people to play this, was you could have it both ways. You really could. You could probably even have it, this is going to sound awkward, but 3 ways. You could have the single-player driven end of it. Like, you could have the co-op end of it, which is, I wish they more went along those lines. Almost kind of like a Borderlands type feel where your friend can spawn in and you do whatever.
Or like a Far Cry.
Far Cry. However, if you complete a mission with them, it will actually carry over into your character's completion of whatever, versus like how Far Cry, you can hop in, help a buddy, but if they complete a mission, you haven't done that one yet, it doesn't count for you.
Right, yeah.
But you could also scale it on a sense of, if your friend that's helping you is half the level you are, okay, well, they get experience and everything else for that, but they can redo the mission again in their game at a higher level, even though it shows completed, so they can get the full rewards of whatever reason. I know they're saying, what did Todd Howard say? That it's only going to be like 12 or like 18 people per map at any one time, but the map is so huge you're not going to see each other.
Right, yeah, well, and it's 24 players per map. That's been confirmed by Todd Howard. So.
2 things that are going to get really annoying to me. You're going to have some 12-year-old that figures out where your base is and will fucking zap you in the face whenever you're alive or whenever you spawn in, because the large majority of us, like myself, you, JP, and you, Wynn, we all have lives, we all have jobs, we all have families, so we're not going to be able to play this for 8 hours a day every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where we can build our shit up, because a lot of this is also going to revolve around the base building feature that they started implementing in Fallout 4. Mm-hmm. The other thing that's really going to piss me off is if I spawn in and somebody's nuked my base and it's a freaking Fallout area. And I'm literally going to throw, if I buy this game and that happens, even if I just have like a fucking popsicle stick in the ground where I'm going to start, the first time I get nuked and I haven't played in a week and I spawn back into that shit, I'm throwing my controller right through the screen. Like, it's gonna happen.
So, I don't know how that's gonna fucking work. I haven't heard how that works. I know that if your base gets destroyed, all you have to do is basically hit a couple buttons and it rebuilds it. It's the same way, like, you can pack it up and move it in an area, and literally it'll put out your base the way that you had it last, exactly how you had it. When you die, you don't drop shit. So as far as the nukes go, all you need to do, and granted, this is very simplified, all you need to do is get one of those launch codes from each site. I think there's like 5 nuclear bases, on the map. So you just need to get 5 nuclear codes.
Pieces.
Right. And then that way it deters people from fucking with your shit. I don't know how that's going to work though, and granted, I'm still concerned about that as well. But
I mean, even though like you'll be able to rebuild your base pretty quickly, just by unpacking everything else. To me, that's not the point. It's going to be the annoyance. Yeah, it might take only a couple of minutes, and I know watching a lot of that, I think what they were really kind of harping on was, just besides having some fun and blowing the other people up on the map, it would completely change other environments that you would normally go to. Now, that's cool. Like, if that, you're like, oh, I just really don't want to deal with this area. I'm just going to flatten it because I can't beat this. I don't know what new creatures are going to have there, but let's just use something out of Fallout 4. The Death Claws, it's a freaking den of Death Claws. Okay, yeah, well, I would nuke that too, so...
Right.
Because even when you're a level 40 on freaking Fallout 4, a Death Claw is still annoying as shit, so...
Yeah, it really totally is. But, holy shit, Wynn. Okay.
So...
But because of 76, I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 again.
No, Wynn, we just said the same thing pretty much, but yeah.
I know. My question, I haven't watched a lot of the reveal trailers or anything like that, or any of the updates with the Fallout 76. Are they going to implement trading amongst the people that are on the server?
They didn't really fucking talk. They didn't talk about that. They had an emoji wheel.
Say I'm a higher level than you, JP, and I have all this cool gear that I don't even use anymore, but you could use it. Am I able to give it to you?
I want to say if
you're
able
to transfer stuff.
Yeah, I want to say if you're squatted up, yes. And I think squads are a total of 4 players.
Encouraged.
Make it even.
Yeah.
But they haven't really said anything about trading, with other people in the game or just trading in general. What they did show off was a emoji wheel, and I caught a snippet of one where someone's holding money.
Yeah.
So maybe. Hey, you want my money for something? Kind of.
I mean, I figured they would have it nowadays, but I hadn't seen anything about it or heard anything about it, so I.
But that's the other thing. That's the other thing too. The whole premise behind this is that you're the first ones leaving the vault, settling the whole fucking area. So, there's not going to be places to buy shit or anything like that.
Well, I mean, obviously the in-game currency hasn't changed in terms of caps, but there would have to be, that type of in-game economy, even though they haven't talked about it, because there's not going to be a lot of NPCs, they said. So I'm sure there will be at bases and everything else, and I'm sure you'll be able to come across other people in the game. And if you can't trade or sell shit to anybody else, I think that would be really dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
That would just make no sense.
I would think that almost essentially would have to be in the game, absolutely be in the game.
Yeah.
It's. I think that's kind of the issue with this game is that, not that Bethesda hasn't been open about it, but they've been very vague about how this game is going to implement, and I think it's because they're still trying to figure that out themselves. Obviously, they don't want to release. They don't want to release a game and have it be broken and and exploited by all these little fucking teen little shits out there that tend to ruin games. But I
think they're also kind of trying to wheel in from kind of the backlash of this isn't the typical Fallout game that everybody was looking for.
Right. Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Yeah.
And because there was one interview that I watched with Todd Howard where he was trying to explain to I forget who, I think it was IGN or whatever, some reporter that. There's many different kinds of Fallout, people who play Fallout that want a different experience. And it's like, okay, well, this can either make or break the Fallout series. You guys realize that. If it does terrible, it's not, I'm not saying it's going to close Bethesda, but you're going to lose a lot of people to it. And obviously,
they're going to lose a lot of credit.
Fallout 4.
Yeah, they're going to lose a lot of credit.
And their rep's going to go down, essentially.
I said the same thing about... Elder Scrolls Online, though, and it's just the cool thing about Elder Scrolls was that you were the one badass in the game. Now you're playing online, and everybody's a badass. It kind of spoils it.
Yeah.
But here we are. Elder Scrolls just released another fucking DLC expansion, Somerset or some shit, and
they did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apparently that game is fucking killing it.
Online. I was like, what?
Yeah.
The Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, it's Murkmere.
And Fallout 4 both dropped for the Game Pass, for those of you that don't know.
Oh, nice.
And if you are looking to get that for the Xbox Game Pass, yeah. Elder Scrolls, if you don't have the game already, I went to download it. It was 95 gigabytes to download.
Holy shit.
Just a heads up.
That's a big.
Yeah, because all the
big
expansions and everything else.
Yeah.
It's a huge download. Holy crap.
I was just letting you know, so you are prepared for that when it does happen. I kind of said, yeah, I don't need to play it that much, so I kind of just got rid of it. But
yeah, so hopefully with 76, there's more stuff that comes out as time goes on. I know they're going into a closed beta here pretty soon. I think next month they're going to start doing that and everything else. So
yeah, have they officially announced that or no?
I think it's on, like, I don't know. I haven't checked in a couple of days. I've just been busy with work and everything else. But I know they're talking about doing it soon, so I'm sure there might be some last-minute adjustments. I mean, for all we know, it could start out this way in terms of the way that they're talking about having it play, and then couple months down the road, they're like, oh shit, this isn't what we thought it was going to be or turn into, and scramble to basically turn it into, oh yeah, you can play single player by yourself, and here's all these NPCs and all these quest lines now with an expansion, along that. So I mean, there's always that route too if they don't feel that way is going too well. So they could implement a whole, like we were talking about before, one over the other. So
yeah,
we'll see. To be determined.
Crazy.
Elder Scrolls, while we're on the topic of Bethesda, even though they're the games, the hinting trailer of Elder Scrolls 6.
Yep. What
does everybody think? That's what I want to know.
A lot of people, at least what I've heard, I don't know what to think because, to be honest with you, I've only played Skyrim. I enjoyed the shit out of Skyrim, but I never played the previous Elder Scrolls. But a lot of people that I've heard think that it's the Orc homeland, whatever the fuck that is.
Hammerfell?
Hammerfell, yeah.
Yep. If you, everybody thinks it is. And there's actually a channel on YouTube that's called Camelworks. Don't ask me why.
Okay.
I don't know where they got the name Camelworks from. All right, but they do.
Are they sponsored by tobacco? I don't know. Fucking.
No. They do pretty much all the videos that they do are all on Fallout 4, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online. That's pretty much all they cover. So they did like a 20-minute video on why they think it's Hammerfell, and they were like using the trailer and then the map and all this lore shit to like say, hey, this is what this site is, that's what that city is. Oh, look, this huge gigantic crater that you see next to the city is because in this lore, this person blew this up in Hammerfell. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be that.
They fucking dove into it, huh?
I mean,
holy shit.
Oh yeah, they did. That's like it's a 20-minute video, and they do a good job too. Because a lot of the other stuff that they do is like, oh, how you get all these rare items, or how to make this shit, and it's pretty good production for not like this little thing we're doing here. Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm excited about Skyrim and when it's fun, dude. No one's blaming you for having kids. I was excited for the Skyrim announcement. I was pretty jazzed, but I'm more enthralled with what Starfield might be. I mean, it's a brand new fucking IP, and I'm hoping, personally, I want something like fucking space cowboy smuggler type shit going on in fucking space and building your own ships and whatnot, dude. I can't wait to hear more about that fucking game. I'm really excited.
I hope that game that game would be a better idea to do what they're trying to do with Fallout 76.
Yeah.
If you're going to talk about space pirates, all that kind of shit, that would be an even better platform than trying to do a Fallout game for that way. Or I hope we get a single player one or co-op and you can just freaking terrorize the universe.
Co-op would be cool, and I'm honestly surprised that Bethesda hasn't implemented that yet in one of their games, because there's a lot of times where I'm playing Fallout, my brother's playing Fallout, and we're both just like, man, it'd be fun if we could kind of
play together.
roll through Fallout 4 together. I was like, yeah, it would be cool. And that's actually what modders have done. I don't know if they've done it successfully, but I know they did that with Skyrim. A couple of big modders, they modded Skyrim and to make it co-op, but
yeah, for the PC version.
Yeah, for PC version. So yeah.
I think that got shut down pretty quickly though.
I think it did. So.
And then the last one from them, Wolfenstein Youngblood. I liked all the Wolfenstein games.
If you have not played Wolfenstein 2, you need to play Wolfenstein 2 because it is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
man.
I need to get it.
It's fucking
awesome. One was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. Oh.
And the other
One game
ones
of
that
the
were,
year.
what, New Blood and Old Blood, those were great.
I think the best part about it too was after I think someone from EA said nobody plays single player games anymore. Wolfenstein came and won Game of the Year last year in 2017, just to like kind of shove it in their face, and be like, yeah, fuck you EA, you're out of touch. Obviously,
Sports.
They really are.
Yeah,
I'm
sports.
not gonna lie. I loved Medal of Honor games strictly for their campaign. Their multiplayer wasn't terrible. But the Medal of Honor campaign games, like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was actually kind of hoping that they
I love them. I mean,
they would revive Medal of Honor, because the last two, the modern day ones, I thought were actually pretty good, especially the campaign. I liked them, but
the campaigns were amazing.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the first one that came out with the multiplayer wasn't bad.
Yeah, I did too. It was a little bit more. It was kind of a cross between Battlefield and Call of Duty. You know, it was a nice little.
Yes. It was a nice little
hybrid.
Mix.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the following, because a lot of the people that played Medal of Honor from like PC days, like way back in the day. I mean, I remember playing it when I was like 8, 9 years old on my dad's PC.
I just watched actually a video about that. It's I think it was from Gameranks, which is a great YouTube channel. But they did like, hey, whatever happened to Medal of Honor, and essentially it was the guys from Call of Duty made Medal of Honor. And then they went on to make Call of Duty. So they were pretty much competing with each other. And then EA bought Medal of Honor, and EA was pushing out Battlefield, at the same time as Medal. So then EA was competing with themselves, which one, Battlefield or Medal of Honor, and Battlefield just won. So they stopped fucking putting money into Medal of Honor, which is a shame.
Makes sense.
And hey, segue time, Battlefield 5, guys. How are we feeling about it? Battlefield 5?
I think it's going to be stupid.
I haven't played a... Shit. When was the last Battlefield that we all played? Battlefield 4?
Yeah, it was 4.
That was the last one.
I didn't get one.
Oh, you didn't get one?
Nope, I never bought one. I never bought Battlefield 1.
I bought one.
I liked it. It was good.
I liked it too.
I mean, just because nobody's done a World War I take, so...
I liked it as well. It just... I don't know, man. Battlefield has they've come a long way since Bad Company. I mean, even Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 kind of showed similarities to Bad Company, but it seems like it's more, just a bigger, grander scale of Call of Duty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I haven't been in the Battlefield vein for a while. It's just... They're trying to appeal to a broader audience, and that's fine. They're still making great games. Battlefield 1 looked gorgeous. It's just, on top of that, all of us being old as shit and having careers and families and whatnot, we're hardly ever...
Yeah,
I have
to be selective.
Yeah.
I like that they got rid of premium, but I don't like that they got rid of premium to an extent.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear that in the background?
We can.
Yeah, some...
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. She's nonstop. She's just nonstop.
It's fine, dude.
It doesn't help that you're low-speed, high-drag one.
It's just nonstop.
Kids will they'll either keep you old or, make you grow old quicker or keep you young. So.
I just want to dance to whatever music that is, Wynn.
Oh, it's for those of you that have kids, you probably know about Doc McStuffins. Well, we have a little thing that has like...
I have a kid. I don't even know about Doc McStuffins. What the fuck?
Really? Doc?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's about this little black girl who basically has all these stuffed animals and toys, and she plays like doctor with them. Like the toys come to life. It's kind of like a Toy Story take.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, it's not a terrible show, but my
clearly
5-year-old loves the
entertaining
show,
for the children.
and
Yeah.
now my 1-year-old, just every time it comes on, or the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, like she's standing up and dancing to the music. That's
good.
It's just how it is. I mean,
we're all about True and the Rainbow
what it is.
Kingdom in my household.
I have
Netflix
not watched
special.
that. I have not even heard of it. Oh, I don't have Netflix. That's why.
Wow. Well, that would be why. It's a Netflix exclusive.
So Battlefield 5, we'll have to wait and see. That's one game that I'm gonna wait to purchase for a little bit.
I wish they would have gone with like a futuristic type take for once. Like for those of you that played Battlefield 4, they had like it was one of like the final map packs that came out. They had
I know
hover
exactly.
tanks.
Yep. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Like why couldn't we go something with that? Like
well, and that
I was okay with that.
They've teased about Battlefield 2024 or whatever the hell it was, the future one. They've teased about it so many times with their own game. Like they left Easter eggs in a couple of the maps and all kinds of shit. They have yet to fucking announce like actually releasing that. So yeah. But I don't know. It's fucking like the unicorn that will never be spotted, I guess, from DICE.
Yeah, we'll see. So Just Cause 4, they're doing a fourth one.
Oh my God, Just Cause, dude. Those are fun games.
I've never played it, but I've always wanted to because it's just chaos.
Yeah, it's exactly.
You can make it chaos, yeah.
Yeah, which is why they're fun games. I didn't play the last one though, to be honest with you. The last one I played was Just Cause 2. But I like I liked the internet meme that has come from that game. It's like, hey, why did you just drive that truck into a... Yeah.
Yeah, why'd you just drive that truck into the baby?
Yeah, why'd you just drive that truck into the baby? Just cause. Just cause. Oh.
Just Cause, yep.
Just Cause. Just cause.
Grapple
just
arm,
scuzz.
the baby's face.
Oh, gosh. I'm sidetracked now.
Oh my God! Is that rubbing on your
cause.
butt hair or something?
What's rubbing on your
That
butt
was
hair?
iffy. I don't know what he was doing. You're rubbing your mic on something. It's probably his beard.
Oh, this one? Yeah, probably. Right there.
I don't. It's not doing it now, but whatever.
My anal hair?
Yeah,
sure. Whatever. Jesus.
Oh, gosh.
Stay on topic. We got kids and all kinds of shit. We gotta fucking stay on topic here. Alright, so we covered Battlefield. Yeah, Hitman 2.
I don't know. I like the games, but I didn't like that they had season for it and you had to buy seasons on the first one. So I don't know if it's going to be similar to that or...
It seems like there's like a... I mean, I've hovered over it a couple times on the Xbox game market, and I'm curious about it. So it's like you have a vanilla version, then you got to buy the expansions to get like more missions and shit. I don't...
Yeah, pretty much. Different maps and whatnot. Okay, here's one. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yes! I'm excited. Okay, here...
It's in Greece.
That comes with a caveat, though. I'm a little worried that Ubisoft is back to releasing...
doesn't mean I'm gonna like Assassin's Creed.
I'm a little worried that they're coming back to an annual release,
You're
though.
Spartan.
I don't
Oh,
like
then
that.
that's not gonna be good.
Because Origins has only been out for a year. I don't know if you've played Origins. Origins is phenomenal.
I did not. It's the Egyptian time era,
yeah,
right?
It's very cool. Yeah, it's very well done. I haven't come across a whole lot of glitches. Hi, baby.
Yeah, my Mackenzie's saying hi. Sorry.
But yeah, Odyssey looks cool. They've got it's got an ancient Greece setting, which is a cool idea. They've got dialogue trees to make it kind of more of an RPG feel. And then at the end of their trailer during the Ubisoft press conference, which wasn't that great either, they kind of hinted at you fighting minotaurs and mythical Greek creatures and shit, which could be cool. So that would be pretty badass. No minotaurs? Gorgons? Nothing?
I don't
Yes,
know.
I agree. I did
To
like
me,
how
that's
they
gonna like God of
Go
War.
ahead, Sorry, Brad. I don't know. Yeah, I can see that. I did like that they did kind of cater to the female gamer with being able to pick a different character other than a dude on this one.
Yeah, I think that was kind of cool too. Actually, I forgot. I think I have that. In my
You
notes.
have two different storylines, so they both have their own storylines. They also have dialogue now. You can pick and choose what you want to say, and it affects the whole game.
Yeah, dialogue trees,
which is something that has not been in Assassin's Creed before.
Yeah,
if I'm correct on that. I don't think it was in the Origins. Yeah. But I like that part. It changes the the whole story as you're going.
So. Yeah, and I'm kind of disappointed though because Ubisoft has repeatedly said that they will never do a feudal Japan Assassin's Creed, which in my opinion is fucking asinine.
Why would you not?
Exactly, because
PlayStation,
man,
Samurai?
they came out with Ghost of Tsushima. They showcased this today, or during E3, and this was another one of those games that they had to upsell with a fucking banjo. Oh my god, not the banjo. The bamboo flute player that lasted for like 7 minutes. Fucking ridiculous. Holy fuck.
Kenzie agrees.
Sorry.
But it's a samurai game going off in Mongol invaded Japan, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal. It looks gorgeous.
It looks crazy.
What do you think, Kenzie?
She thinks it looks crazy as well.
Nice.
She's literally trying to climb the rocking chair, which she has no problem doing it, but now she's like doing weird stretches. I'm sorry. Kids. That's all I gotta say, kids.
Kids.
Yeah. Fucking kids.
Kids.
Brad?
Mega
Ghost
Man
of
11.
Tsushima. Mega Man 11. They talked about that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What conference was that?
I mean, Capcom showed it off. I don't think it was in a conference, but they were there at EA. They showed it off. It's coming out in October. It's the next installment or thing, and in terms of their retro platform icon that we all kind of grew up with, and it'll be another side scroller. The graphics look kind of good, but just like any other Mega Man game, I'll probably throw my controller through the screen because it is hard as hell.
I'll tell you what, Capcom is kind of coming back, man. I don't know if anybody else saw this during E3, but Resident Evil 2 remake, and I don't know if anybody plays Resident Evil. I'm a huge fan. Apparently, this new one, it's completely redone. It's not even fixed camera. It's completely over the shoulder, like Resident Evil 4 style. And they completely remade it head to toe, just like they did with the first one. And it looks phenomenal. It's going to be running on the Resident Evil 7 engine, whatever the fuck that was. I would highly suggest looking at it. They have a ton of gameplay for it, too, that they showcased during E3. Mostly it was all within the very beginning part of the game where Leon's in the Raccoon City Police Department station. So, looks fucking dope. Capcom just keeps coming out of like the woodwork and it's like, oh hey, we're working on this, and fucking putting out these new games and shit. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know Capcom was still a fucking company. So,
I didn't either. I haven't seen anything from them in years. So
yeah. Well, Resident Evil 2, man, it looks fucking awesome. So,
another game that was completely weird and confused the living shit out of me. That Death Stranding with Norman Reedus.
Holy shit!
For PlayStation, like the weird like black blobs or whatever they were, some entities. I don't.
The little ghost
I don't
creatures. Yeah.
Yeah. And what was up with the whole like fetus?
The fetus. The fetus fueled flashlight. I don't fucking know. That shit's weird. I'm a huge fan of Hideo Kojima. He's the one that originally did the Metal Gear Solid series. He has very intricate and like obscure storylines. So this Death Stranding game looks fucking interesting. I have no idea what the fuck it's about, and apparently none of the developers do either. Like that's been going around. Like people working on the game, they're like, yeah, we don't know what the fuck this game's about. Like Hideo Kojima, he's on an acid trip and wanted to make a game, I guess, or some shit. Fucking.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it does look awesome. It looks very cool. So I really want to get a PlayStation. If not for that, but for Last of Us 2 as well. Last of Us 2 looked fucking awesome. Holy shit. Goddamn.
This wasn't an E3. I'm kind of going a little off topic.
He's going rogue.
For those PC gamers, there's a game called Scum. I don't know if any of you've heard of it. It's like an open world prison break type game, and you get to completely customize your prisoner.
Yeah,
like,
it's
from his like strength stats and everything else. It looks really good.
It's kind of like a PUBG sort of idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like all melee combat, all hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, I believe so. And it's got like it's a similar feel to like Ark 2, with you need to get materials and whatnot. You have tools, different tools do different things better. I don't know, but I just saw it and figured I'd throw it out there since we've pretty much just been talking about E3, which only really does Xbox and PlayStation nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there was a lot of PC on there too. I mean, you had to go looking for it if you wanted it, but
yeah,
what there had been in years past for sure. Because when E3 started eons ago, and it wasn't eons ago, let's say the 90s, it was only for consoles, really. So.
Yeah, I mean that was back when, GTA or Rockstar showed up to announce GTA fucking 3 or some shit, or GTA 4. Dude, your kid needs to go down for a nap. Holy fuck.
It's only 10 o'clock. I mean, she's been up since like 6:20. Believe me, I heard her. She was screaming this morning, like standing up in her crib, just like yelling.
Mine still takes 2 naps, man.
Oh, she'll take a nap. It's just she's not ready yet. She's still got too much energy going on right now.
Mine takes 0 naps because I have none.
You got a dog. That's close enough. Okay, hold on. Another one. And I think, Brad, I don't think you played the first one, but I know me and Wynn played this. Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 looks fucking awesome.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
The whole Battle Royale type-esque that they're going to involve in this one, I think it's going to go over really well.
There's a Battle Royale mode? I'm sorry?
Yeah, they have a Battle Royale for Dying Light.
I didn't see that.
I swear it was for that. I swear I saw it for it. It looked amazing. I saw I'm a huge fan of Dying Light. The whole parkour thing was just really fun.
Parkour.
And then the building insane parkour. Building insane melee weapons was really fun too. So.
No, it was a good game. I played it, so I just didn't play it on Xbox. I procured it for PC in the not most legal means in order to play it. What?
We do not condone. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I mean, we're all prior military. We know about pirating shit when you're overseas. But yeah, I think it looks cool. Wynn, just real quick. A quick Google search said that Dying Light 2 will not have a Battle Royale mode, so the Battle Royale mode was being released before.
Oh, it's the original Dying Light?
Yeah,
okay.
it's a free
I knew it was for Dying Light.
So.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty cool.
I got excited about that, though. It
looks good. Dying Light, though, they released like three DLCs for free this year, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they released a whole bunch of new shit.
I need to get that game back then.
Yeah,
I don't even have it anymore.
I might have to buy it again, to be honest with you, because I really enjoyed that game. It's fun to play with co-op. And the second one, it just looks... it looks great, and it looks like you're going to be dealing more, not so much with, like, the zombies, but more with, human interaction.
Other factions of people?
Yeah, you're going to be dealing with factions of people, and they showed off, like, your choices actually have weight. It's going to change. Like, if you're an errand boy, of course, in all these games, you go and talk to this person who has, like...
seeing that now.
Yeah, they have some like, medical supplies or something, and you can either, like, kill them and take it, or you can, team up with them, and if you team up with them, you get a certain way, like certain consequences, pros and cons of that choice. And if you kill them, you have certain pros and cons of that choice. And they said that's just one of like 40 big choices that you can make in the whole game, or some shit. I forget what number they said, but it looks great. It looks really cool. I'm excited to play it.
Because they have like a more like military type presence in this game than in the second one. Mm-hmm. From what it would look like the riot shields and everything else that were holding back, I guess, like the rebels, from the gameplay video I saw of Dying Light 2. So if you help out, it's like a police force or military type thing. It kind of kills off a lot of the rebels. Yeah. And they have all these strict rules you have to follow, and then vice versa for you helping out like the rebels. I don't know. It looks really good though. I like games where you have to pick and choose, and it changes the whole outcome.
Yeah, and I thought it was cool. The developers were on stage talking about, it, and they described it as the modern Dark Ages, which, you know, that's pretty bleak. Seems like it'd be very cool though. Totally excited for that game. Bleak as fuck. Looks very cool. Brad, what do you got? What else caught your eye?
All right. Sorry. Nope, there's a baby. Oh, yep, I know I'm getting to it. Hang on.
She's like, hurry up, I want to hear this.
I mean, we didn't really talk about Cyberpunk 2077, just yet. We only really spoke about how possibly Microsoft, not confirmed, but bought the studio for it, CD Projekt Red or whatever. Mm-hmm. But if this is anything like what they put out with The Witcher, in terms of depth, graphics, the story, scale, this thing's going to be insane for it. So, I mean, there's still kind of a little light on the information coming forward, except for that trailer where it was like a retro 80s cyberpunk feel, and I'm like, wait, I don't understand this. Like, gasoline.
I liked it.
It kind of scrambled my brain. In a good way, it scrambled my brain. There are parts I was like, huh? Like,
they kind of went down that. They kind of went down that fucking. What was that movie with Harrison Ford, man? Holy shit! Why am I drawing a blank on that?
Oh.
The old '80s movie where he's hunting down like a cyber, or a robot fucking dude. Holy shit! I'm drawing a blank on it. But anyways, I mean, it was very reminiscent of that, kind of, just like you said, like futuristic, but with an '80s, aesthetic to it. So yeah, it's really fucking cool.
Blade Runner, there we go.
Blade Runner, thank you. Yeah, the new one with Ryan Gosling. Yeah, Blade Runner, Mackenzie. That's what we were talking about. Blade Runner.
Yeah, that.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you poop?
Go change.
Did you kind of stink?
And we're done.
Oh god. Oh, crap! I forgot what I was gonna say. There was a game we were gonna talk about. Oh, who did the what game was Joseph Gordon-Levitt's company helping out with his whole the fan base creates
Beyond
artwork,
Good and Evil.
Designs.
Beyond Good and Evil too. Yeah.
That looked good.
It looks good. I haven't played the first one. I haven't played that one.
I haven't either.
I have it. I have it on an emulator on my computer, but I have yet to play it. So.
I'm gonna be a little disposed of for about 5 minutes, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, go clean that diaper.
Go clean that diaper.
Go clean up poop. That's my whole life now, is cleaning up poop from other people. Why don't you want to have kids, bro? You don't want to clean up poop?
It's not that we don't. I'm just on her timetable.
I got you.
All my job is to show up when I'm told it's time. So, there we are.
I mean, that's pretty much how it works. Unless you have
I mean, so she's in no rush. Oh, I'm old. She's not. It works for me.
So, yeah, I think Cyberpunk 2077, I think that's going to be my next, addiction as far as gaming is concerned. Did they announce a release date?
That'll be a good one. No, not yet.
Yeah, it looks very good,
yeah.
though. And I'm not really sure what everybody's all the shit that I've heard about it is all speculation. I don't know what the premise is. Apparently, you're some kind of smuggler or some shit, some thief. I don't know.
You're a cyberpunk in 2077.
Well, obviously, yeah, but it does look fucking cool. I can't wait to fucking dive into that.
Yeah, it should be good.
Another game that I was interested in, and this is a very niche category. I personally have been waiting for Skate 4 to come out, which is an EA game. They keep hinting, EA is hinting on their Twitter feed that, hey, Skate 4 is in the works. But what happened during the Xbox conference, and I thought it was Skate 4, is actually this other game called Session, which is an Xbox exclusive, and the graphics just looked awesome. It seems like you're skating in New York. And I mean, that's another game where I would just late at night, if I'm bored as fuck, just turn off, after a long day. And
didn't Tony Hawk start working on the skate games too? Tony
Hawk released a newer game, I think last year. I think they were sort of testing the waters to see if they're relevant anymore, and they're not. It was terrible.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he was working with Skate or whatever the hell he was doing. I mean, he's kind of a not really, obviously, since the Tony Hawk 2 or 3 or whatever, been relevant in any type of game market thing, but those were like the breakout skateboard games of the day, and those were freaking sweet, and I still go back and play Tony Hawk 2 quite a bit on the emulator that I have, since I do own a legal copy of the game. I just don't have the device to play it on anymore. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I haven't played any skateboard games in a while because, unfortunately, I am just,
Yeah.
Don't have a lot of time.
Oh, I know, dude. I know. I'm right there with you. And, I haven't even started my job yet. Well, I have, but I'm not officially on the schedule, so I think my time's going to be kind of cut short, too. But, yeah, the session looked cool. Brad, if you like skate games, I would check it out. It's kind of a simulation type game, but
it's a simulation.
Yeah. And then there's
I didn't see anything about it. I had heard something about it, but
it's sim in the fact that you don't press buttons to do moves. You fucking move a stick in a certain pattern, and it does tricks.
Gotcha. Oh, that's. See, I was a Tony Hawk Pro Skater fan.
I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, welcome to the conversation. We were just talking about that.
Like the last one that they did, where you got to actually create your own skateboarder, and then you had like a career. I don't know if you remember that one.
I haven't played.
They had one of the things in it
years.
was you had to like launch over a helicopter.
Yeah.
Between like two buildings.
Yeah, I know exactly which one.
That was like one of the last ones I played.
I think it was like Project amazing. 8 or some shit. I forget.
I don't remember, but it was fun.
I remember playing that one. I was excited because you could actually get off your board and run around and shit. It was like something long overdue. And I think really that's pretty much all that caught my eye during E3. I mean, there was a couple other games. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice was an Xbox exclusive game. It's like a samurai game, kind of reminded me of Ninja Gaiden, but not as not as ridiculous, in terms of scale. But it did look decent. It's something that I would check out. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and then Rage 2. I played Rage, the first one, and when it came out, I mean, it was a good game. Don't get me wrong, but it just was kind of poorly implemented, and it was kind of out of nowhere. I think like Fallout was still relevant. And then Rage came out. I think it was like Fallout New Vegas was the last one, and then Rage came out like a year later. But Rage 2 was pretty good. The only issue that I had with their presentation was that it was all pre-alpha gameplay that they showed, which means it could look night and day. But it's from the studio that did the Mad Max game, which I did not play. But
I have it. It's actually free on the Xbox Game Pass, and it's not too bad. I actually enjoy playing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty cool.
So as far as new games that just recently came out, do you want to talk about the one that you just bought, JP?
Yeah, sure. We'll do a segue into shit that we're playing right now. Right now, I'm playing Jurassic World Evolution, and Wynn, like you said, maybe not worth your $60 right out of the gate. I'm a huge Jurassic World or Jurassic Park fan. I have yet to see the new movie. But I am thoroughly enjoying the game. It's a great park simulator. Have a lot of fun. They throw like storms and shit at you. You can have your dinos break out. It's very like fine-tuned, like keeping the needs of the dinos intact before they get pissed off and want to break out of their cages.
Yeah,
it's a
for
fun
those
game.
old school guys. It's like a roller coaster tycoon / like zoo tycoon type of a game.
For the most part, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But you can also, from what I've watched a lot of Shroud playing it. You can like hop in and trank your animals yourself. They have like a ranger team that goes in. You can drive the vehicle. You can shoot the tranks. You can take pictures for different contracts. It's kind of cool. And they have what is it? 4 different islands, and then basically a sandbox island where you have unlimited resources.
Yeah, there's 5 separate islands, all of which have their own missions for you to accomplish, and accomplishing missions give you like other attractions and kind of leads on fossil sites to dig up dinos to get new dinosaurs. I just recently got the T-Rex, which is fucking awesome. And so you have like those little check boxes to mark off on each fucking island, in different scenarios that you're dealing with. And then they have the 5th one, or the 6th island, which is Isla Nublar, I think, which is like the main island, that the original park was on, and that the new movie takes place on, or whatever. And it's a sandbox. You have all the resources in the world, but you can only use the shit that you've unlocked. So it's a cool game though. I've actually poured a few hours into it. So it's a lot of fun.
That's good.
Brad, what are you playing?
Not really anything new in terms of that's recently come out. I haven't had a lot of time this summer, just because during the summertime, for me at least anyway, is usually when I'm super busy with work and extra shifts and everything else, because that's when we have it all. So I know once the late fall, winter hits, that's usually when my gaming picks up, and you guys know that too.
Yeah.
But I've been going back after. Excuse me. I don't know what I'm dying from. Hang on one second.
Please stop dying.
Oh my god! I don't know what the hell that was. Sorry.
Don't die on the podcast.
A little peanut.
Don't die on the podcast.
Well, that's we got a new opening. Ever since the announcement of Fallout 76, I don't know. I didn't really play a whole lot. I mean, I played a lot of Fallout 4 to begin with, but I didn't play the DLCs. I never bought those. So, I don't know. For some reason, the announcement of that spurred me to go back and play Fallout 4. Like, I never completed this shit. So that's really what I've been spending a lot of my time doing right now. Is I restarted the game. And I've been playing that for the past couple of weeks a lot. I was playing PUBG religiously, and then I don't know what happened. It kind of clicked off with me. I'm like, meh. Like, I only play it whenever you guys are playing it, and after that, and it shows. You can ask Wynn, because when we play, Wynn's basically got to carry the team. Because I'm like, I'm dead in like 3 seconds. Like, I don't know where that came from. And he's like, all right, left, right, front, back. I'm like, I don't know, I'm dead. Like I have no clue. I spawned and I died. So there's that. I'm going to be purchasing, it was a game that was out on PC. I bought it on PC. I didn't play a lot of it on PC, but it's called Pillars of Eternity. And it's from Obsidian. And it's kind of a classic, I'm not going to say over-the-top RPG in terms of like third, over-the-shoulder, so third. It's a view of you're looking at your characters and everything else. They're coming out with a second one. Obviously, it'll probably be on PC first and then down to Xbox. But they came out with a version of it for Xbox that includes all the expansions that they released on PC. And it's still $60. So once that drops even to like 40 or 50, I'll probably be buying it. Or that or Dishonored 2.
Okay. Nice,
I played the shit out of the first Dishonored, and I haven't played the second one yet except for the preview. So that's what I'll be doing next.
I re-downloaded Fallout 4 yesterday because I'm in the same boat. I have yet to beat that game. I have not found Sean, my son, in that game ever. I just kind of venture out. I've played a lot of the DLC. I've played what was the first DLC where you go off to the river area? Goddamn, I forget what that's called. Oh my god, Far Harbor. Far Harbor is fucking fantastic. It's a great DLC expansion. So I've been playing that too. I've actually been playing Titanfall 2 again as well. Just mainly because they added this game mode where it's kind of like a horde mode, where you got to protect, this one thing on the map, and you got waves and waves of Titans and all kinds of shit coming your way. It's a fun game mode. I mean, it's a shame. I don't.
You
think
told
we'll
me
ever
about
see
that. I haven't plugged it in yet. I've wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see a Titanfall 3. I don't think Titanfall 2 did good enough. And, Vince Zampella was at the what was it, the EA press conference, and he was talking about how they're working. EA is working on his Respawn Entertainment is working on a Star Wars game, but that was it. So I don't know if we'll ever see a Titanfall 3 anytime soon.
That might be the new Star Wars game that they hinted at, Jedi Fallen Order or whatever. So
yeah, it seems like it's right in between.
Nobody knows what the hell that's going to be.
Well, he said it was right in between kind of episodes 3 and 4 when the Jedi Council is being like disbarred and hunted down. So, it seems like a good time frame. It also seems like it'd probably be, more of a RPG type game. So that'd be cool.
I would like a Star Wars game where you get to pick and choose which side you want.
I want another Old Republic type game.
I do too.
I've been playing that actually a lot because I have that for Xbox One, and
I was just
are now
going to
backwards
say
compatible if you have the disc.
I was just going to say it just became backwards compatible. So very cool addition. But yeah, that's nothing new. I mean, the newest thing that I've been playing is Jurassic Park Evolution. So
just like always, there'll be a flurry of new stuff come fall and then come holiday time. So I'm sure I'll pick some things up here and there, but right now I've just been with the time crunch. I don't have a lot of time to start a new story, a new game, so I'm just continuing with what I got until my schedule for work dies down in the fall. Once nobody's taking vacations and road work wraps up.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I think once I get assigned to an actual schedule and I'm on that schedule, it's gonna be hard to fucking do this, especially depending on what shift I'm gonna be on. But we are going to try. We're gonna wrap this up real quick. This was our first attempt at doing a podcast. We would like to try to do this, at least not every week, but maybe bi-weekly. Talk about trends.
Yeah, I think
at the very least monthly.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, at the very least monthly. If there's something relevant to talk about in the gaming industry, we can do that. But I'm excited that we actually got to sit down and do this, and that we were all on board. When you brought your kid, that was cool. And
sorry, I didn't mean for all that crazy shenanigans.
It's fine, dude.
It's just.
But I felt like we had to do this soon to be relevant because E3 was about 2 weeks ago, and I know a lot of people on the site. At least I know a couple people that actually enjoy me posting about E3 because some of us just don't have the fucking time to be in tune. So if we can be in tune, we will be in tune, and we'll keep you up to speed. But final thoughts. Anybody? Final thoughts?
Well, for any of those that are actually listening to this and can hear me over JP's beard that's going into the mic, you gotta trim that wildly thing back if it's interfering that bad, bro.
Oh man.
Those of you that are hopefully gonna listen from this, that follow us on the Facebook channel, and eventually once we get our a website up and whatnot. I mean, thank you for being patient and understanding with this. This has been something that JP and me and one little bit hypothesized back when we were active duty in Florida eons ago now. And it's just been a tough sell with trying to have a career, all of us, and get shit squared away with our lives. So, take this podcast with a grain of salt. I mean, all these probably even in the future, even if we get to a point where we can do these regularly, the production sounds a little bit better. They're always going to be a little impromptu. They're always going to sound a little weird, just because we are going to have family crap that pops up during this, because there's never going to be such thing as a solid schedule, because we're never going to have a studio. Our studio is going to be our living rooms and our offices that everybody else uses. So thanks for bearing with us.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on that. We give Wynn shit because he's got a kid, but ultimately we're glad that Wynn, that you're here, and we're glad that your penis works. So, we're sure Amy's happy that your penis works too. But it's just the nature. That's the nature of a bunch of grown ass motherfuckers that are trying to keep in tune with their hobby, and this is the way that me, Brad, and Wynn best stay connected with each other. Social media is a great thing for old guys like us. But yeah, we appreciate everybody coming out and whoever watches this and actually enjoys it. If you want to share it with your friends, try to get some more people onto the page. Tell them about the Facebook page, MnV Gaming at Facebook. We got a YouTube channel, and maybe I might even get back to making some videos, but I got to find the time first. So.
At the very least, if you guys, the videos, like I said, this stuff's obviously going to be on YouTube. So at the very least, it'll be gameplay videos of shit that we've all recorded, that we've played throughout the week and stuff like that. Maybe the funny crap in between there. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, this platform's always been structured kind of openly. I always make videos of that are going to be a series, and then it turns out that they're not series at all. So it's just the way it's. Yeah, we're shooting from the hip right now. So yeah. A number of the videos.
As far as my end goes, I do a lot of traveling for work. I work for the government, so next week I got to go to Chicago for the whole week. So. And I'll be working 60+ hours. But I will be trying to do this whole podcast with JP and Brad whenever they do it. I apologize for my kids, but I took today and tomorrow off to spend time with them before I leave for a week. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I didn't know you were leaving for a week, bro.
Yeah.
Where have you been in that Facebook message thread, JP?
Catching up, taking shits. I don't know.
The wife and I are looking to purchase our first home, so if that ends up happening, I may disappear for a week or so while we move and whatnot. But other than that, I mean, I play religiously PUBG every night, pretty much.
Yes, you do. 1%.
I'm in the top 1 to 2% on every single category, single, duo, and squad.
Well, let's keep this in mind. It's how many games you play, not how many wins.
I average a chicken dinner probably 4 times a week, at least. I mean, I've won 4 in one night.
So basically, what needs to happen is Wynn needs to get the capability to record his own shit and make his own videos, because holy fuck, why are you watching me play shit?
Now that I have the Xbox One X, I'm going to start putting my recording back on because of how bad the original Xbox was running on PUBG, just how slow it was. I turned off my broadcasting capabilities, my recording capabilities, just because it ran better. But I'm going to try to put that back on. I mean, JP and I had a game on Siege, I don't know, a month or two ago, and I destroyed the entire team twice by myself, and I couldn't record it because I didn't have it on. So it's just
how it is. Wynn, by all means, take your time. Do you? I mean, we all got to do our fucking family life and careers first. That takes precedence. But maybe we can start to get some live streaming. Coming on a weekly basis. If anything, people can come and hang out.
Friday nights.
Friday nights, man. Sessions? Friday nights are Friday night game sessions.
Get it back.
Yeah, definitely. I'm down for that.
With me, my schedule varies since it rotates. So.
Well, Brad, if you are able, if you're able to join, Brad, that'd be great. Be like, Brad's coming. So, but yeah, Friday night game sessions. I think that'll probably be our mainstay. Is Friday night game sessions. We'll do some streaming. But again, hey, thanks for everybody for coming out. Thanks for listening to our inaugural podcast, sticking with us, and we'll drop a hint on when the next one's going to come. All right, later, guys.
Peace. Deuces.